The hip it to the hip hip, hop it, you don't stop. The rock it to the bang bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie.
You're gonna have to play that again just so everybody can get a good look at it.
Yeah, that's me. Thank you, Shanda. Now I
It's
know what you
Baby
really think of me.
Oz.
That's Baby Oz. Check it out.
Come on, I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hip, hop it, you don't stop. The rock it to the bang bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie.
I didn't know you had such moves.
I did. I was a dancer. I was.
believe it.
I was
I
a
believe
dancer.
it.
My last play was South Pacific. I was the big funny fat CB. And that was the last time before I had my knees replaced, and it was a lot of fun. Hi, everybody.
Knees.
Hey, what's
I
going on?
remember when I had knees.
No, I bet you still have knees.
Yeah, they just don't work like they used to.
Well, I think there's some clips in here with you with knees dancing around and
Oh,
doing
yeah?
some fun stuff. We're looking forward to it. Keith Hayes, what's up? Cirrus, hey, how's it going? Let me see. These are all public. I don't have it set to unlisted, so that should help get a couple of more people in here. So,
Yeah, that would help. That would help. So what you just saw in the intro is I've been playing with a new program called Reface, which is freaking hilarious, and I can literally take anybody's face and put it on these little short clips and animate things and make awesome cover cards. And so I had some fun with Oz's face. You'll see it throughout the deck tonight. Maybe a few of my own too.
yeah, no, this is fun. This is our foray into the animations and making movie clips and commercials and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
And as you saw with the card, Shanda did this with this program, which is I didn't know how much I looked like Bruce Willis before this, but yeah, that's me and that's Shanda. Multipass, and that really does look like Shanda. So that's really.
I really did like that movie. I really did.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah, me too. But I had to go back and watch it again.
Yeah,
And
I did
really
too.
enjoyed it.
Besides, at the time this movie came out, I was having a lot of fun partying, and I wanted to party instead of watch movies. So that was the
I
thing.
think so too.
Yeah. Hey, Jilly Love, what's going on? And yeah, Keith Hayes. Who do we got? Hey, Karen Daly, Shayar,
Daly,
and
Shayar.
Forcing Climate Info. Hey, how you doing there? Hey, you nice people. Yeah, you're nice people too. Anybody that's about the climate is tops in my book.
I got
So-
to watch Black Bear News today. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, would Kevin have to say anything particular?
No, it's just talking about, the news of the day and kind of laughing at the hypocrisy of it.
Oh yeah, it is hypocrisy. I mean, it's been an insane week. And first of all, by the way, I took my bald cap off. I wear a bald head cap all the time. This is my real hair, just so everybody. I want you to know this is my Tom Cruise hair.
It
And
kind of reminds me of Justin Bieber.
is it Justin Bieber? Oh my
Bieber.
God, it is. It's parted in the right place for
Are
him.
you a
isn't it?
believer?
Am I a believer? I'm a believer. Peace dove. Hi. I hope you're high.
Baby Eyes. Yeah,
Baby
Baby
Oz.
Eyes is cute.
That was me, Baby Oz. And speaking of that, here's another one. We have our fair use. There's Shanda doing her Maryland thing, and there's me being dumb.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
You betcha. You're looking good there, Shanda. You fit right there. Is that? Oh wow, you do look good.
I wish.
Okay.
You know, Marilyn had a nose job, right?
Yes. So did Anna Kasparian. I think it's
Yeah, right.
she should have went for the brain surgery instead. but-
You're right. I think they might have leaked some of her brain out.
Yeah, I think so too. Here we have another one. This is me when I'm on a good day.
This is you in the 70s, right?
Yeah, this is me in the 70s on a good day. So check it out, everybody. See what you think.
Wash yourself, right? I retired. That's what happened to your friend. So long, man.
Definitely me.
Fuck you! Who put this thing together? Me! You're that motherfucker!
God, Oz, you were wild.
I was wild, and that wasn't my flour dough there, or my cake flour dough there. So that was it. Just don't put don't put Oz's face on Trump. Please,
yeah, right?
please don't. That we do have some. You can't push it that far, Shanda. You could just about put me on somebody's butt crack, but not Trump.
Not Trump.
Not
Okay.
Trump. Thank you very much. And with that, here's my my one of my favorites of Shanda, and wow.
Everybody always says how much I look like Lady Gaga. So
Yeah,
okay, I guess I look like
you
Lady
did.
Gaga now.
You do. Lady Gaga. I really what's her name? Bracamonte? Stephanie Bracamonte? Is that
Yeah,
her real name?
Stephanie.
Yeah, classical pianist, singer.
No,
Really?
she's a hell of a musician, and yeah, from the first time I ever saw her, I thought, oh wow, this is the Barbara Streisand, she's the Babs of our time. I think.
Yeah, you know what? And the only thing that's ever kind of turned me off was the meat dress.
Well, she was trying to make a statement. She was trying to be political.
Well,
but-
yeah, I know, but you can do a meat dress or you can do some bullshit like this. I mean,
Those ones you put the cheese on with the little plastic.
evidently so. I don't recommend this maneuver, particularly at the Capitol, because this is
Did
how.
you,
Go ahead.
Did you see the video I sent you in Facebook this morning? It was this scene, but it was Super Mario Brothers
Yeah, it was video game.
music, and when
Falling
they fall
down.
off, they would die.
Yeah, it was quite good. Maris says, "Wow, you really do, Shanda. That's a compliment." Yeah, that's great. Beauty
I
and a
don't know,
Boomer.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Hey,
She's just another gate, limousine lib. I think she wants to help people. I think they all do have, true want in their hearts to help. They just are so out of touch that they don't realize that what they're saying is bullshit.
Absolutely. Maris, that reminds me. If I didn't give you a shout out in the last show, I apologize.
Yeah.
Maris is one of my newer Patreons, and I want to thank
Aw,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maris. I really do appreciate that, and it's a long time coming, and it's part of the housekeeping thing. We have to get our Patreon lists up in the creds because we do want to keep recognizing these wonderful people.
I got so many things that I'm just raring to do at for this new year, but I've been sick since right before Christmas.
Yeah,
and I'm
are you
still-
feeling any better?
No, but
Oh, fuck! No!
no, but I'm finally gonna drag my ass to a doctor this week and maybe figure out what's going on. So
Okay.
I'm frustrated enough to do that. so.
Okay.
But we are going to do so many things. And yes, our Patreons, I want our Patreons to get so much better. I mean,
Yeah.
private, green room type of activities. And
Yeah, absolutely. And Keith Hayes mentioned in an email a couple weeks ago, because we've been so busy, that he'd
Yes,
like to.
I remember seeing
Yeah,
that.
he'd like to come in and be on a panel with us. Yes,
we would like
Keith?
that too. We would
like
too.
that as well, Keith. As a matter of fact, we'd like to do panel segments, like a one-off show of panels, and have you guys actually come in, because I see more critical thinking and common sense in some of these chats that we all
Yes.
see each other in than I get from the mass media all day long. So again, we want to give you guys the opportunity, since we have the means, if you are so inclined. So
Yep.
that's just part of the work we've got to get going, because we want to be engagement media. What is this?
What is the saying? Speak to power even if your voice shakes.
Yes,
You know?
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what we got to do.
Yes. Did you bring this? This is...
Yeah. Bernie Sanders was criticized by many when he endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2016 and Joe Biden in 2020. Although the election was rigged against him in many ways, I hope people realize that he did that to avoid the type of violence that took place at the Capitol yesterday. #wisdom. Do you agree with this statement or not?
What? No.
Do you think that the reason Bernie kept his mouth shut to the election, can't say that word, it was so that we wouldn't rise up and tear down the Capitol, I guess.
No, I don't agree. I
think it
so.
was more self-serving than that.
Yeah, I do too. I think it was this strategic stuff and yeah, about yesterday. No, I don't think that was Bernie's thing there. I think it was.
Well, and burners are different. We're rooted in love and humanity for one another. So that's just not the type of gathering we have when we get together. So that's just it's it's an impossibility.
Yeah, and many people that were on the ground doing reporting and checking out, there were a lot of people there that I think could have fallen in the burner category. They just,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and the ones that were breaking in and destroying stuff and everything else, I don't think
Those
that
are the
was.
same agitators, same type of people that we see at the BLM or the other.
Yeah.
You know, they're not there for peaceful, disobedient demonstration. And
Well, yeah, they were fighting for fascism. Is that what they were doing?
oh my God, we're gonna get into fascism. I have a lot of
shit.
fascism on the deck.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Yes, here. Media bad. Is this where we're
Media
starting?
bad. Yeah, I put that in there so I would remember what clip this is. This was when the Trump crowd turned on the AP, the Associated Press, that day.
What'd they do? Break their camera?
Yep.
Oh, bummer. The hell?
Oh, they just destroyed the, what do they call that? The media tent.
Why?
Yeah. Well, you know, why? Why? That's why we're here, right?
Yeah. What?
Because most of America feels this way about the Associated Press.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. They kicked over the softbox lights and they tried to damage their equipment and everything
Right.
else. And yeah, it's fake news. Is that what they're fighting back on? Is fake news? Is that what they're the precipice that kicking the shit
Right.
out of everything?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't think that's the way to do it. So
Well, no, right, because we are peaceful protesters.
yeah, why don't beat the shit out of all their other stuff?
What you know what we do? We chant at them how bad they suck.
Yeah.
I mean, how many Bernie rallies was I at where we were chanting CNN sucks at CNN?
Yeah, yeah. This is and we have strong, very well.
Or MSNBC or
Well, yeah. God. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Trump supporter breaks down over lies. Who is this? What is this about?
So this was a call into C-SPAN. I want to say that night, the night of the Capitol takeover, and this is a Trump supporter.
I wanted to know if my president lied to me today. I voted for him. I voted for him.
Tammy's in Boise, Idaho. Hi, Tammy. What are your thoughts about today?
I just have one question. I wanted to know if my president lied to me today. And if he did, I want him to tell me. And more importantly, I want him to tell the family of the woman that got shot and killed today. I voted for him. I voted for him. I'm sorry.
It's Tammy in Boise.
Tammy in Boise.
Tammy in Boise, there's a lot of people waking up across the country right now. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I heard a couple of clips similar to that across the country. Didn't Lindsey Graham get called all kinds of names going to the airport the other night, like traitor and all this
Lindsey.
other crap?
So did Mitt Romney. He got attacked the other
Oh,
way.
Mittens got attacked. Poor
Mitten got
Mittens.
attacked,
Oh
too.
my God, I feel bad for Mittens. Oh well, whatever. What do you
I don't
do?
feel bad for any of these asshats.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm going to tell you throughout all of this, we can talk impeachment. We'll talk impeachment. We'll talk the squad and their stance on impeachment. And, out of all of this, these were just duped useless, useful idiots is all they were. And so, I mean, as much as they're going around and arresting these guys and rounding them up, okay, fine, they broke the law. We all know if that we're in a protest somewhere and we break the law, we're going to go to jail for it. They clearly broke the law. Will they have a defense that Trump duped them and told them to go there? I don't know. It depends on their Trump judges, maybe.
Yeah, I see how that goes. We'll monitor the situation.
Right. I highly doubt they're going to throw the book at them as hard as they did to say the water protectors or the BLM protesters or the Antifa protesters. I think these guys will probably get more of a slap on the wrist because they got duped all in one mass.
Yeah.
It's going to be their defense.
Well, yeah, this is attorney food, isn't it?
Right. But it's important because it'll set the precedence because now our capital is completely locked down, right? There's layers and layers of security now. And so anybody else who wanted to be there, say, protesting for Medicare for all, it has changed it for us now.
Well, this was the PSYOPs operation here, so now they can do that. But, it's astounding that they saw this coming for weeks and weeks and weeks, and and to have the minimal security. Did anybody answer the reason? Why did they open the gates for these guys? Have you heard or what?
Because the police union endorsed Trump, the same shit that we've been fighting all year when it comes to the fascist police.
Yeah, well, I've heard that there were a bunch of police among the protesters, and wasn't there some congressional people in there too from other states?
Well, yeah, and I think I got some of that in the deck too. There was quite a few. There was this guy here, Derek Evans. He resigned today. He was arrested yesterday, but this is the video of the day that he decided 4 days after being sworn in as I think he's a House of Representatives for West Virginia.
Yeah.
He's raiding the Capitol. Where in your brain do you think that that's a good idea as an elected official?
So he takes a $175,000 a year job and pitches it in the toilet?
It's in the toilet. He wasn't even sworn in for a week. I mean,
oh God, I don't like his hair. I will never wear hair like that. Okay.
Your hair looks like it right now.
Yeah, thank you. Looks like a frat party to them.
The door's cracked.
It is testosterone fest.
Yes! We're going in. Easy.
What the hell, man?
Oh my God, it's COVID.
Yeah.
COVID.
Hang in there.
I am.
It's not.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, there's a mask. There was a mask. There was one.
I can't move either direction. Move!
Oh my God.
And so he had to resign. He resigned yesterday or something?
He was arrested at his grandmother's house yesterday.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe.
Let me
Subscribe
stop that. Okay.
And he resigned today.
He resigned today. He was arrested at Grandma's house?
Yeah, Grandma was all yelling
I
at the
bet
camera.
Grandma was probably very disappointed in that young man.
No, she looked like the type that was like, Trump.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't believe
she looked
it.
like a Trump granny.
Let me get a shout out here. Hey, Zox, and there is Oz Whistles. Hey, Oz Whistles, seen you around a lot
Chris
today.
Foster.
Yeah, Chris Foster. Pat, what's up?
Pat,
Fruitcakes.
get the link.
Yep, Pat. I sent him the link. Yep, should have it in his mail. And yeah. Shoot, peace dove, KNRA, Christian Anglo-Saxon fundamentalist soldiers. They have been preached. Trump is their savior.
Right.
Yes, peace dove. Yes, absolutely.
You gotta wake up, man.
Yep. Julie loves censorship. And Maris, censorship is on warp speed now. Yes, it is, and it's going to pressure and censor us analysts. That's what we are. We call ourselves analysts. I've got a resume as far as doing that all my life, and so does Shanda. So what do we have? We got seeking information. What is this?
This is new, just breaking right before we came on air. So go ahead and play it. We'll talk about it after.
All right. I like Biden sniffing on Buffalo Man up there in the corner. That's
I
great.
know, right?
Shit, he's probably just waiting for that. Oh shit! Yeah.
Breakingology.
Breakingology.
The latest news. We got it even before it happens. Bus stops in Washington, D.C. right now are displaying images from the Capitol insurgency and referring riders to the FBI Washington field office.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So are the milk cartons next?
Milk carton, no more milk cartons. They got bus stops now with
Okay.
digital, screens.
Digital screens. So turn in your neighbors, turn in
in your
people hiding in
neighbors.
the basement.
Yeah.
They did it. So that facial recognition stuff don't work well enough for them or what?
Apparently, it's not working that great for them.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, they've rounded up a good majority of them from what I hear. Like all the main players I saw, they got rounded up. So most of them are turning themselves in, which,
Yeah. Snorky says grandma was probably leading the charge naked.
she looked like she was a wild one.
Yeah. Maris says, I'm an analyst too. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Maris.
Yeah, I'm right. We're
Absolutely.
all analysts.
Hey, Dingo. Dingo.
I can tell by the amount of time that you guys spend in the chat that you are just as much an analyst as we are.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, probably better than some of the actual
Probably.
social media people because you guys listen to all of them. You can take and disseminate all their information and read between the lines. And yeah, you're quicker on the draw than a lot of them. I've seen some social media people coming up in the ranks that, frankly, a lot of them I like, especially the younger ones. Jackson Hinkle, he's relatively new as far as I'm concerned, but he's a sharp guy, and he doesn't have as much information yet because he's busy out in the field, I believe,
Right.
that you guys have. But I recommend Jackson. Check him out.
Yeah, I like his stance on stuff.
Yeah, I just wish we could get him nailed down for a show that he's missed twice, Jackson. What the hell? What
on,
is
man.
this? I need to use your Twitter
Oh,
account.
well, they banned Trump and pulled Parler down, and here comes the censorship that we were calling 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
2 years
we were
ago.
telling you it was on its way. We knew it was coming, and this just gave them a perfect excuse to do it.
Yeah, I'm of two minds on this, and one of them is really bad because it's my hypocritical mind. But I've got to tell you something. This is not good. Permanently banning the guy, I don't even think that's the greatest thing in the world. But President of the United States, technocrats from Silicon Valley can censure the President of the United States. What's wrong with that picture?
Right. What's wrong with that picture? Exactly.
Yeah, what happens when you have a president of the United States that you like and they get censured? Oh, that won't never happen. I'm telling you. Trump had it coming. Yeah, maybe, but still. That's the true slippery slope, I believe.
Yeah, I like what Ajamu Baraku had to say about this. He said, don't be confused. Twitter, Google, Facebook are part of an ideology, apartheid of the state, and are carrying out the political agenda of the dominant neoliberal rulers. The argument that they are private is the point. Mass control of thought and speech has been privatized.
Yeah, and they've dropped the hammer on a lot of our friends and associates in social media on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Put them in, well, I think all of us have maybe been in Facebook jail at one point in time or another. So
I'm one of those people that's constantly in and out of jail.
yeah, I know. Seeing you behind bars is like a day without sunshine.
No, I always go around. I managed to make it around. They don't ever shut me down for too long. But I
Nah.
thought this meme was cute. It's John Barron, 1976. Hello, I'm brand new to Twitter. What are you guys up to? And it's Trump with the mustache.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That was hilarious.
The little kid. I need to use your Twitter account.
That's exactly right. And
Is this a martyr type thing? Like they're making a martyr out of him, and it's going to embolden his supporters even more to him.
Exactly so. Those that are hanging on, for sure. Absolutely. They're not
Right.
being fair. And this is something that we could probably reach across the aisle and say, and I don't know what the pathology is with some of these people, but I know a lot of them, they're not so unreasonable as far as rights
Right.
and, protections and democracy and constitution and things like that. I think we could probably find some ground that we agree on. So
I agree.
Anyway, your boyfriend's here.
This is hot off the press, man. This just dropped like 2 hours ago. This is Chris Hedges and Cornel West talking about what happened.
Holy smokes, I haven't even seen this myself. You've one up
Go
to
watch
me.
it tonight. It's on Contact. It's awesome.
Oh, I love On Contact.
Or Hesham. So what we have is we have an empire in profound spiritual decay. And wrestling with moral decrepitude, with the rule of big money, the rule of big military, a predatory capitalist society that's commodifying everything. So people having very little sense of who they are or sources of meaning in their lives in the midst of social misery, suffering, decrepit schools, dilapidated housing, massive underemployment and unemployment, not hardly access to medical care, especially for poor and working people, even given Obamacare, and then the greed of elites, unbelievable greed of elites, massive distribution of wealth from poor and working people to the top 1%. And the public face, white supremacy. It's one of the last things you hold on to. And, you know, you think about this, Brother Chris. I mean, you and I, of course, we spent such good time together. But, you know, when we talked about the neo-fascism, people were laughing at us. People would think, oh, you're going too far. It's just a new kind of conservative and Republican Party. Of course, he's a narcissist. Of course, he's a liar. No, this is much deeper than Trump. This has to do with the whole history of the country.
No shit.
And the worst of it, with, as you say, with Freud and Levy and the others, the worst of those deep, barbaric, monstrous forces always just beneath the surface. And of course, you know, being a black man in society, you know, slavery and Jim Crow and Jane Crow and lynching and the new Jim Crow and the mass incarceration, those are quasi-fascist zones in the history of the nation from the very beginning. And the slavery being the foundation of the economy for the most part, you see. So that on the one hand, I'm never surprised by any form of evil. Just as a revolutionary Christian, I'm never surprised by any form of evil. So this kind of neo-fascist public display is not new. Of course, I was there in Charlottesville with the neo-Nazis and the Klan. It's not new, but I'm not in any way paralyzed by despair either. Not at all. This is a time to fight. This is time to look for new possibilities to change.
I wish I could be as optimistic as Dr. West.
Well, you have to when you have nothing but love, and that's the level that man operates at, and I don't even think that he could bring himself below that. I've seen him attacked on mainstream media where they try to pull him into a dogfight. He is nothing but a love gangster.
Yeah, I've only seen him one time. You remember that one time where they got into it, and it was so out of character, but well placed, I have to say. There's a time and a place, and everybody has a damn bad day, but they were just abusing the hell out of him. So,
but do you remember when they would attack us for using the word fascist 4 years ago? Because that was too harsh.
Yeah,
it was too harsh. That, oh, come on, these guys aren't fascists. I mean, this was what was coming from the center, right?
Yeah, that term. Be careful about throwing that term fascist and fascism around. Be careful about that because, like Shanda says, 4 years ago, oh my God, clutch the pearls. Don't you dare say something like that.
Right.
So anyway, Oz needs some Cornel West hair. Yes, I do. I will work on that, Cirrus, and I do this to honor these people because I wish I could come close to some of the intellect that Dr. West has, that has Chris Hedges, Medea Benjamin, and so many other people out there who are, to me, not only activists but the real people fighting for us in the country. So, where are we at now? Oh, I get to stink it up now, don't I? Is this mine? Yeah. I was going around checking out some of our sisters and brothers shows today, and I stumbled across this little gem, and I'm just going to play a little bit of it, and I'm going to turn it down because it really hurt my sensibilities when I heard it the first time. But check this out. Check this out.
Fucking fascism! Enough! Team up! Stop bitching about Bernie Sanders. I don't care what flavor you want your democracy to be. It's democracy versus motherfucking fascism! You can be as Bernie as you want. You gotta do it later, man. You gotta do
this just turned my stomach, can I tell you?
Yeah, this really pissed me off.
It turned my stomach for a couple of different reasons.
Yeah, I've got to say, this is the Rick and Morty creator, this guy, and it was published. Dan Harmon, yeah, it was published yesterday, the 8th, 2021. And when I took a look at it, it had 15 views and 1 thumbs up. I don't need to qualify that. I showed it to Shandish. She'll vouch for me. But, you know, this guy right here is part of what's wrong with our society. I'm going to let you have it here before I start laying down a couple of more things about this.
Right. Okay. So first off, I'm going to say his attack on Bernie Sanders and the progressives is a typical gated community limousine libs look at it. Like, where the hell were you 4 years ago? We've been fighting these fascists. I stood toe to toe against Westboro Church in 2016. You know, back then that wasn't even considered a fight that was on their radar. And when you know who Dan Harmon is, the fact that anybody would even bring this clip, Dan Harmon has been accused of horrendous things. He's had, a huge backlash on him for sexual posts that he has put up about having sex with babies. And the proof is out there. There's plenty of videos about Dan Harmon and what he has tweeted and what he has recorded. And once you know, I used to love Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty was one of my favorite shows. I thought it was so smartly done and very intellectual, a progressive look at a future. But once you realize what this guy is and what he's into, you start to see overtones and undertones all over in Rick and Morty that are absolutely revolting. And I will never be able to watch Rick and Morty again. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to accuse him of the things, but if you want to know, just go to Jamie Deluxe's channel, because he did the research on this guy 2 years ago, and he's done 2 amazing breakdowns of the sick, disgusting human being that is Dan Harmon.
So we're going to feature this guy next week as far as a report goes. Is that what we're going to do? Are you going to do that or what?
Oh, I can. But if you guys want to watch it in the meantime, just go to Jamie Deluxe and go to his playlist and go to Dan Harmon.
Yeah. Additionally, you know, some of our friends out there who purport to support things like Medicare for All and doing things the right way in public should really consider this, because I heard the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome and fascism, a lot today in different contexts. And I got to say, fact, there is Trump derangement syndrome out there, period. Trump has been the target of the Hillary Clinton campaign since 2016 and the mass media complex. And it has... He has. It has absolutely literally given people derangement syndrome to the point where, I don't care, we've got to get rid of this guy. He's the worst thing. Yeah, maybe so. But the fact of the matter is, when you get into this vote blue no matter who, or we've got to stop fascism and all this other stuff, sure. But let's look at it a little bit more logically and calmly.
Right.
This guy, they call Jimmy Dore being unhinged and off the rails.
Right. This is the center putting this shit out.
This is crazy. This guy is a fanatic, and I'm almost thinking that it's even worse than what we see here. And according to what we've seen so far about this guy, again, and I'm sorry I spent so much time on this, but this kind of hurt me to my core, because while we all may not agree, but this whole situation the other day at the Capitol, how could this have even happened in our country? This whole thing stinks from the word go. How did they even get past the Capitol steps? A mob? Are you kidding me?
It was intentional. It was fucking intentional. I had a Trumper sending me messages 4 months ago that the storm was being planned and that the storm was coming, and you just wait for the storm. And he would pop up on my post. And that morning, 3 hours before all this, he sent me a freaking message that said the storm is here. Like, they knew this was planned. And you can't tell me the police union that unanimously endorsed Trump fought back. I mean, yeah, they did fight back at some point, we see in the streets when they felt endangered, but no, they opened those gates. They encouraged that mob onto that lawn. They let him up onto the steps and they let him into the damn building.
They had members of the police. They had congressional members in that crowd. God knows who else was in there, not to mention the agitators themselves, the anarchists.
I watched an amazing emergency podcast with Michael Moore last night or the night before, and the representative from Flint, and he was on the inside, and they did a timeline of how it happened from the inside and what was going on. He said that Republican representatives earlier in the day had these mega red hats coming into the building. Now, the building's on kind of a lockdown because they're at a heightened sense of security because they knew. Remember that morning I brought the report where they were using the tunnels for the representatives?
Sure, yeah.
Right. So they knew that they were on a heightened security thing. He says he walks in, and this is amidst COVID, too, where everything's still supposed to be locked down.
Like, really?
He goes, I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they letting them in? Why are they bringing them in? They were literally intentionally bringing these red hats into their offices, to meet whatever. So they were spurring this shit on. They were sending out messages, tweets. There was so many of them that were involved in stoking this from the fucking inside. And I will stand with the squad and anybody else that wants to go after these guys. I think that they incited. Go after them.
Yeah, I don't
and
have
as far as the Trump supporters. They were useful idiots.
Yeah,
if they hurt somebody, if you got them on camera breaking the law, go after them.
Yeah.
But
Insurrection, yes. Taking over our democracy and handing it over to a fascist regime, no. Sorry, no sale. I mean, and there have been whispers of, oh my God, they're going to do this again on the 17th and Inauguration Day.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but do we have a democracy right now, Shanda?
We've never had a democracy, but no, hell no. We have, and that's the first thing I just called home in 2016 and was like, we don't have a democracy. We don't have civil rights. I mean, when it finally hits you and you wake up to the reality, which is what happened to a lot of Trump supporters this week.
Yeah, we're living under an oligarchy here. The wealthy run everything. They bought off our politicians. All this stuff. But yeah, sure, we do still have so-called freedom of speech somewhat. But this action yesterday or the day before, freedom of speech, yeah, this is going to clamp down on that. This whole damn action. It's not going to just be these cuckoos. It's going to be everybody in the chat, Shanda, myself, and all of our friends out there. Go ahead.
As much as I support what some of them are doing when it comes to trying to go after Trump, the 25th, I don't...
Yeah.
Pence has been hiding for 3 fucking days, avoiding everybody. He hasn't seen Trump and he won't take the Dems calls.
Oh, yeah.
So he's too spineless to actually step up and take Trump on.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. If these guys want to impeach, okay, fucking fine. Let's do it. Let's goddamn do it and get it done now. If you want to take his pension and, his health care and all that away from him, fine.
Do it.
But can you guys just get it the fuck done so we can get onto Medicare for all, rent moratoriums, and $2,000 checks for the people who are starving in the freaking streets? Because that's what's important to me.
Yeah. Contextually, they don't just have to do that. They can walk and chew gum. So, and this impeachment thing, somebody was saying, oh, they took his nuclear codes away. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They can do the impeachment now all the way after till he's long gone and get all of that squared away. But right now, shut his fucking face so he doesn't instigate or put something out there that's potentially going to instigate his supporters. Right. But don't make a damn martyr out of him.
Don't make a martyr out of him. They're making a martyr.
Once you give us, you take away our ability to even speak on things or protest. And, I don't know how many anarchists were in that whole thing, but from what we had reporting on the ground, and a lot of us in this chat here know because they've seen other shows and reporting, they said the majority of those people were pretty peaceful. And the mass media out there was highlighting all the anarchists or the...
Like they always do.
Like they always do, so they can get their clicks, so they can stir us up and divide us even more.
They do the same thing to us when we're out there with BLM or Antifa or anything else. Yeah.
Sure. And I can get into the minutia again. I got to tell you, it still breaks my heart that anybody lost their life, and I don't like the way they lost their lives. The police officers, the ones who were injured, and you know, Abigail, is it Abigail? Ashley Babbitt that took
Ashley
the
Babbitt.
bullet, center mass again. Breaks my heart, you know.
I truly believe she thought she was a patriot. She
Yeah.
thought that she was defending our country against these people who have, you know, taken over our government, which, yes, they have. But what she is missing is that the Republicans are just as bad about it as the Democrats.
Yeah, it's a whole sad thing. She made some bad decisions because her mind was poisoned to the point by whatever. Some say it was QAnon. I'm going to give everybody credit for that. But, you know, what do? Do we just put people down that have mental issues with a bullet? Or do we try and do something? But you don't know. I don't know.
Right,
I
we
wasn't there. So I got to say, that's this whole thing's a mess. But, you know, stop with the fascists, you know, it's going to take over our government, and stop scaring the shit out of people with these damn histrionics and stuff. Do you think that a handful of maybe 100 max people are going to take over this country and give it to...
What were they going to do?
What the hell? What were they going to do?
They didn't even pack a lunch, man.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. They got in there and they let them in there. They let them up the gates into the building. So, and if they're going to say that... I wouldn't applaud the Capitol Police. I'd want to see who was incompetent in this situation.
Oh,
but
they've already resigned. The sergeant of arms, the
this
captain, all of that. have
part of
already
the
stepped
psyops. Part of the psyops.
psyop.
In my
Are you
opinion.
hearing traffic? I'm hearing traffic.
Yeah, I hear somebody wrestling around in the closet back here. I'm going to have to see who that is. Who is that out back there? Is that... Oh, my gosh. We have a camera. Oh, let's get this smiling face up there. Look at those beautiful eyes. Oh, man, you look kind of puffy there. Wow.
Oh, thanks.
Who is it there? Move your camera down. What do you got? Do you have a...
He's in the car, obviously.
I'm in my car.
Oh, okay. Smile. You're on Candid Oz camera. There you go. Ah, right
I'm
on.
all puffy.
You're all puffy. What's up, man?
Puffy.
What's up, man?
I don't know.
What's up? How you doing, Pat?
But thanks for noticing.
Yeah, I did. You had to beat on the side of the car door before I heard you come into the room. I was on one of my diatribes there. I apologize. So let's see if I get
That's okay. We'll
more
live.
of your
We'll
face.
live.
What's been going on? Did you have a nice Christmas there, Pat?
Sure.
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 Yeah.
Happy New Year, sucker.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Suckers
Happy
and
New Year,
fruitcakes.
bitches.
Suckers and fruitcakes. I love it when you come in the room. What's up, fruitcakes?
Well, actually, I was on my way back to Redbox to return one of my recommendations for you.
Oh, cool. Well,
yeah, Jamie just found it. It's called The Informer.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah. Is that good?
Did you see it?
I think I've seen it.
I haven't seen
It
it.
had Joel, what's his name? Joel Kinnaman, who's kind of
I love him. That's who I
sort
was.
of well known.
Yeah, no, I like him. I really like
yeah,
him. I'm watching
he's
Hannah
really
right
good.
now. Hannah on Prime. He's in.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Han-
he's really good. And Clive Owen and Common, the rapper, who is really fucking good in this.
He's a good actor, yeah.
And whoever the chick Ben Affleck is banging right now, I don't know her name. She's kind of stupid looking.
Oh my god.
She kind of looks like she doesn't know what's going on. I mean, she's an all right actress. Good,
Jen Gardner. Who are we talking about?
I don't remember her name. Jamie told me, and I forgot. She does a good job in the part, but the rest of I have no idea when or this movie was made. I mean, obviously recently, but I didn't hear anything about it. Jamie just kind of found it and like, oh, it's a Redbox, so we rented it. It was amazing. The guy who did Life of Pi,
Oh yeah.
person who directed. I don't know if it's a guy or a woman, but. Yeah, it was really, really shockingly good. I just expect movies to be shit lately.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like Wonder Woman.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't really recommend it. I mean, it's not
horrible.
I mean, it's just average. It's mediocre.
I was being sarcastic.
They blew it.
I go to my one of my favorite movie critics is the Critical Drinker. He's a Scottish guy. I highly recommend.
Yeah,
his-
he's all right.
He's
a little up his own ass.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
he
That's
is,
what
he
I like
is,
about him. But I just love the accent. And
That's a Scottish thing.
Yeah, it
I
is.
also don't like people that like. I mean, it's probably a joke, but the emphasis on drinking is kind of like a little eye rolling. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's Foster Brooks for the 2021. You know, that's what I look at it. But I don't credit him with necessarily. I just for entertainment. So
He's he's kind of amusing. I don't know. I remember watching one of his videos and being kind of like, man.
Oh yeah, he would offend everybody. That's kind of
Well,
one thing.
it wasn't. Yeah,
Very easy to offend.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
whatever.
but
Who
on
cares?
that subject, who would you recommend for a movie critic?
Yeah.
Me.
Give us your movie critic.
Besides you,
me.
We got Pat, the Batman fan.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't really. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't trust
really
Rotten.
don't.
I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
Half in the Bag is pretty good, but they're
Half in the
but
Bag.
they are kind of infrequent. Although they've been doing some good recaps lately of stuff on Netflix.
All right, I'll check them out. Half in the Bag.
Yeah, Red Letter
in the
Media, and the other movie I saw, which is also another Redbox movie, was Tenet.
Oh, how is that? They've been trying to get me to buy that.
Yeah, rented at Redbox. It was definitely worth the rental. Fairly mind bending. I was super high on edibles when I watched it, so
God.
I think that may have affected. But I definitely, because it plays with time and it's it really starts you thinking, and you're like after a while you're just like
I like playing.
got a headache.
Yeah, I like time movies. That's what I liked about Fringe so
I
much.
like time movies too.
Yeah, I'm very fond of those.
It was
Tenet,
quite good. There was
Tenet.
and The Informer.
Okay, those two.
Both of your local Redbox now.
Ah. No, that's good. Good.
It was good, and there was another. God damn it! I meant to bring this up when we were talking about time travel movies before, and I can't remember the name of it. It's a one-word title. It's with Ethan Hawke.
Oh yeah. It's an older one.
I like you.
Yeah, not older. It's a few years old. I can't remember the name.
Oh shit! I know what it is.
I love edibles too, Vic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a. I can't really say anything about it without kind of ruining it. So, but look for a one-word titled movie with Ethan Hawke.
And how
within the last few years, I really recommend it.
How old?
So
How old? How old is he?
Maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 or 4 at the most. I remember renting at a Redbox.
I think you might be onto something here, Pat. It's almost like a Easter egg hunt to try to find the movie. So you just give people clues and then like.
Right.
Yeah, you're hurting me, man.
Right.
God, yeah. Predestination.
Predestination. That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty old. That's 6 years old. Yeah.
6 years. Oh, it was 5 years.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that was.
Very good. Very, very surprisingly good.
Yeah.
If you like twisty kind of.
Twisties. I like twisties.
I mean, it was. It wasn't. I mean, it was narratively satisfying. I don't know how realistic it was in the time. I think I've recommended Primer before.
Yes, Primer.
As a time travel movie. It's probably the ultimate one. And another one I want to check out, which is the guy's next movie, Shane Carruth, who's like kind of an anti-Hollywood guy. He just kind of makes these whatever he wants, and he's very smart, and he makes them how he wants them, and they're outside of the Hollywood system, more or less. But called Upstream Color, which I'm going to just recommend it blindly because I enjoyed Primer so much, but that's the one I'm going to check out, and I'll let you know how that was.
Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, week. I will definitely. Because your picks for me have all been great. I can't think of anyone that's been bad. Yeah. I got to shout out that Hulu movie from last year too, Palm Springs. That was entertaining.
Oh, yeah. You seem to really like that one. Huh?
Yeah, I really did.
Andy Samberg.
Yeah. It wasn't Murder, Death, Kill. That was one
I'm
of
not a big Andy Sambergs, but we already talked about.
Yeah,
this.
but that was was a fun movie. So yeah. Absolutely.
And then 2 websites or 2 YouTube channels that are really good if you want to. I think I mentioned the one guy, the anarchist guy, Thought Slime.
Yeah.
I really
Thought
recommend
Slime,
his
yeah,
channel.
yeah.
He puts really good videos together. And another one called Pursuit of Wonder, which is very clever little existential ruminations on the human condition and topics like the meaning of life, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so thoughts.
It's good stuff.
Thought Slime, and what was the second one?
Pursuit of Wonder.
I figured out why you
So
look
it's
puffy, Pat.
Why is that?
Because your camera's in your lap.
Oh yeah, well.
There you go.
On his phone.
There's Pat. Hi, Pat.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, I sub to these.
I look
See
Pat.
the glory of North Hollywood behind me.
Yeah, I look puffy when I'm like this too. So yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I got to return this fucking movie. So.
All right.
All right.
Okay, sucker. Happy New Year.
Thanks,
All right,
Pat.
guys. Good to see you all.
See you later.
See
All
ya.
right. So long, suckers.
Thanks
Bye.
for stopping by.
All right, we got 2 Shandas there for a second. Where am I? Where
It's always
am
good
I?
when you can hang out with 2 Shandas.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get you back up in there. Here we go. That was nice of Pat. Stop in,
Yeah.
give us a movie review.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pat for the holidays. We
Yeah.
haven't seen him in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
So yeah.
abso-frickin-lutely.
Thanks for stopping by, Pat.
Oh my God, we got a democracy now. Are we going to get serious here or what?
Yeah, let's just hurry up and get finished through this capital crap. We only got a couple more. and then we're out of here.
Okay. It's been kind of painful, I know. I do appreciate it though. Let's see what we got here.
But the leadership was totally derelict. They did not have a plan. They did not take the proper precautions. And of course, Washington, D.C. was restricted. It's why we needed to become a state, because they couldn't invoke the National Guard. The final point, namely, is that social media really needs to be looked at. This whole attack was being planned on Parler. People were actually talking about how they were going to get rifles. They were talking in specifics about what they were going to do. And nothing came down on those sites. And then Facebook and Twitter were live streaming the calls to go march on the Capitol. So I think social media has to really, probably one of its most shameful days in contributing to what happened on the Capitol.
So if you had any doubts that Roe is not a progressive, there you go.
There you go. So if they don't use social media, they're going to use a coordinated with closed circuit mic telecommunications.
Look at how fast he jumped on that. Oh, we got to do something about social media.
Well, that's
I
because
mean,
he just came
you
off.
think as a progressive or a wannabe progressive, he would put a little more thought into going after these First Amendment rights.
Well, yeah, and it's after coming off of getting his ass chewed in half for force the vote.
Exactly. Like, we're watching you, motherfucker. And then you go and say something stupid like this.
Yeah. So this is them biting back at everything they hate about social media, not the people that support them on social media, because the ones that are getting to them are the ones like us who hold them to account for what they do. So they're going to, you want to see more surveillance, you want to see more censorship. This is what I believe that part of that PSYOPs was to make happen.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and if you don't think so, I'm sorry, but I would really rethink that. I'm not going to call you.
Always looking for a reason to roll out more.
Yeah, I'm not going to call you a chump or naive or anything like that, because I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Pretty damn sure. What do we got? What is it? Oh, Richie. You brought Richie.
Richie Medhurst. Yeah, Medicare for All covers Trump derangement syndrome because the amount of the leftists cheering on censorship is a fucking embarrassment.
Bingo. Once again, I will argue with anybody on TDS all day long, and I will win, because that ship has sailed, guys. There is no argument against TDS whatsoever. It's a fact. So here we go.
Right.
What do we got here?
So this is Rowdy Peasant Comics, and at the Democrats, House and Senate are moving swiftly to impeach at real Donald Trump, who is already leaving. Not Medicare for all during a pandemic, not retroactive, not stimulus checks. So watching these two parties fight is like a spectator sport where the audience dies.
God, nailed it.
Nailed it. And then just so you just so everyone, including Facebook, is on the same page, this is what the biggest blue wave in the history looks like on a U.S. map.
Yeah, that's the blue wave there, everybody.
That's your blue wave.
Pretty
That's
brutal.
gonna fight back and fight for the people, right?
Yeah, that's it right there. And again, this election was a razor thin win. I don't care what they say about the popular vote, but the Electoral College, it could have gone either way with a couple of areas. A couple of thousand votes difference?
Right. So everybody's still hopeful. And you know what? Go ahead and have your hope and think that you're going to hold their feet to the fire. But I remember when we controlled everything in 2008 and they didn't do shit with it except for give it away, a couple years later. And it's just a cycle that we do where they take turns. It's like they get their turn to do nothing. Right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they had it in 2008. They bailed out the banks and everybody else, and they put the homeowners out on the streets. So
that's all they ever continue to do. It doesn't matter if it's under the Democrats or the Republicans.
Yeah, they could have. They owned the both houses up until 12, was it? And they didn't do shit. I challenge any of our critics out there once again. You come to me with a list of things that the Democratic Party has done for the actual people versus what they've done for corporations in the last 30 years. We'll have a talk about that.
Exactly.
So I'm not too impressed. What do we got? We got another one. Trump one. What is this?
Oh, so this was the same day, but this was at the Washington State Capitol in Olympia, and many of the people watching, and we got a lot of Washington folks in here. Many of you have been to the Capitol for protests. I know I've been for numerous, so too many to count. I've hosted them. You have to fill out a permit weeks ahead of time. You have to let them know exactly what you're thinking, how many people you're estimating will be there, and they know sometimes it's gonna be more than they think, so they can adjust the security, right? So you always see Washington State Patrol on the Capitol grounds because their little thing is right next door, their little home.
Yeah.
I would never even think that we could even get close to the governor's mansion, right? Normally they were corralled up by the front steps. Well, this is Trump supporters just waltzing up to Governor Inslee's house.
Oh, cool. Here we go.
And in my 13 years of covering the Capitol, I've never seen people walking in and out like this.
Yeah, and we're watching someone hop over the fence right now.
Yeah, this is not something we've seen right next to a no trespassing sign. And
No,
access
can't read.
sign. So, did the police tell you to leave, sir? Yeah, can I talk to you about it? I'm with King 5.
No, I'm not talking to the media.
Okay. He said he didn't want to talk to me. He doesn't like us. We've heard a lot of that out here. It's nothing new for us who've been
I don't
covering
like
these
you
sort of,
either.
Events,
Right.
but every event that I've been to down south here in the last couple of months has been much more civil than this one just got.
Drew, we want to watch
obviously a
that
group of
video
folks who-
again, that moment that you were describing earlier, as we do see some people start to leave the property, although, as you mentioned, there is quite a large group there, and we can see it here from the video. That moment when they're just shaking the gate, Drew, and as you mentioned, just one officer standing there outnumbered completely, and then they start to go in. It's just something we haven't seen before.
No, and
It's
not
armed
here in
Trump
Olympia.
supporters on the
There's been a couple
Capitol
times
ground,
when some
and there's
heavily
one
armed
cop
folks
there.
have made their way into the Capitol, but never forcing. them
They
to
are.
cross the
They're all
Capitol.
armed. They're carrying their little pistols
Lots of
and
demonstrations
AK-47s.
over the years, but these folks,
We know they do armed ones
And,
down
we
there.
were
I'm sure
talking
some of them were
earlier.
armed.
Oh, I'm sure they were
For the
too.
most part, their biggest concerns were the validity of the 2020 election and Governor Jay Inslee's policies regarding COVID. These are folks who say that they're losing jobs, they're losing businesses because of all the restrictions, and they're not happy. And the election, on top of that, didn't work out the way that they wanted.
No.
And I asked them
Would the
about
kite get lost on this?
the court rulings and what a lot of folks believe is a lack of any evidence, and they
Yeah,
don't
I did
believe
have a
that.
cut
They
on
say that they don't have any evidence that Joe Biden won. So here are some more of the folks who are.
You can go ahead and
who are
cut
out
it
here.
there.
As you can see,
All
there's
right.
a dog. We've seen kids out here before.
Oh, I did have a cut on it.
Hey.
But anyways, I just thought that, this doesn't make sense to me. I have protested at our Capitol for years and years and years. This doesn't make sense that they knew they were there. They know what they're like in the past. I mean, I've been down there during a Trump support rally, and they're all just geared up. So, I mean, some blatantly, some probably not blatantly. You can't tell me they only had one guard sitting there on the mansion of the governor in the
So
middle of a Trump rally.
So at the BLM, they have lines and lines of cops,
Yeah,
tactical gear and everything.
We know.
Did we just get here too early? Did they bring people in, or do you know what the disposition of?
No, this clip goes on to show these guys giving up because they beat on the governor's door for so long that they finally just turn around and like give up and go home.
Well, good
like
for
they're
them.
jumping back over the fence, like leaving.
Yeah, well, so good. Glad.
And then finally, some staters got in there and kind of asked the other people to leave. Didn't flush them out. Didn't make them eat the fucking pavement and handcuff them for trespassing. No, they asked them politely to leave.
Oh, and
It
did
doesn't make any fucking sense.
did they leave?
Yeah, they were leaving.
They just left. So nobody took a crap in their driveway or put a pig or spray painted the front door or nothing?
Not that I heard of. But, you know, we're just now starting to hear a lot of this shit. Like Nancy Pelosi's laptop supposedly got jacked. And
Well, I know her lectern ended up on eBay or something, and they're trying to look for that guy.
Right.
So whatever. I hope they took her ice cream freezer out and threw it down a flight of stairs at least.
You think she has a little freezer?
Oh, hell yes. They all have freezers with ice cream or mini bars or all that crap. You know they do, so whatever.
Right.
But again,
I just thought that was so odd. That is not what I've ever seen at our state capitol.
Yeah, is this how you solve things? Is this what you do like that, or do you just protest outside the gate, or what do you do?
I don't fathom it. I mean, we've been doing reporting on police brutality and these rallies and these protests for 6 months now. That's not what we see in Washington State as a response to the Trump supporters and the Proud Boys and it's shocking to me.
Is that a paint palette?
Yeah, right.
That's a
Well,
protest.
you're called a protester if you're these colors. You're called a rioter if you're these colors.
Okay, I just wanted to check because that just registered. I've seen this a couple of times and I just blew by it because I saw the hat there. But I just really, oh wow, okay, yeah. What do we have? What is this?
This is just a little pick me up. It's kind of cute.
This is a pick me. I need a pick me up.
Hey guys, how's everything? Yeah? It's been one weekend, this year sucks. It might even be worse than 2020. 2 days since we had a coup. And literally everyone is angry. 5 days school went back online. Cause after Christmas no one wants to risk it. 4 days since our Wi-Fi broke. And it'll now be 3 days until they can fix it. Yep, uploading this on 5G, y'all. Kids' Zoom classes were like, good morning, Stu. And you hear me okay? On New Year's Day we celebrated, anticipated that we were headed for some happiness, but then I saw the stats for COVID, it has exploded, and now we're back to the crappiness. The vaccine is going slow, and will we get it? I don't know, I'd like to get it, cause I kinda have asthma, and England has a new strain, and they're locking down again like Eddie Murphy, it is coming to America. Tuesday night I'm eating wings, and then my text thread dings, and they say we have another close election. I really should have gone to bed, I watched till 2 a.m. instead, and even then there is still no projection. I wake up nauseous and alone, and I'm like, crap, I have the Rona, but it's probably cause I had too much alcohol. I try to work on a few things and my phone dings and it says that people climbing on the Capitol. I don't like this 7-day trial. Please don't charge my credit card on file. Cancel my subscription to 2021. It's even worse than the previous season. 1 weekend this year sucks. It might even be worse than 2020. 2 days since we had a coup. And literally everyone is angry. 2 days since Twitter kicked off the president of our nation. 1 day since he got back on and said that he won't be going to the inauguration.
That was good. I like that.
That's really cute. That's a family. I'm trying to remember their names.
It was great. It was catchy
They've
too.
been doing a lot of cute things.
Yeah,
they do a lot of cute
hell
things.
yeah. This is great. This is kind of like TYT. We want to have fun in our reporting, right?
TYT. Yeah, compare it to TYT,
yeah.
please.
Yeah. TYT. Let's call them out.
Yeah, we're not
TYT.
even.
Oh my God, that was really good, Shanda. I appreciate that. It perked me up a little bit. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. What do we have? Your buddy here? Is this underground?
This is Hal Underground, and this is his daughter.
Oh.
And I didn't know they were big Shama Sawant supporters, and I'm really glad to hear it. And this is a good little message.
Wow, that should blow everybody away. Cool. He's got my hair problem.
He accepts it though.
Yeah.
Rod doesn't.
This is from my daughter, Christiana. Hey, Dado, do you have $20 you can donate to the Shama Sawant Solidarity Campaign? They're asking all the SA members to get 5 people to donate, so I'm hitting you up. Bezos is throwing millions of dollars at a recall campaign to try to get her out of office because she's trying to enforce the tax on Amazon and other big businesses. We don't expect to outspend Bezos, but we're trying to at least get the word out as much as possible. It's not just a fight for Sharma's campaign, but a pretty historic battle that would have an effect on workers all over the world. This article's kinda old, but it talks about the Tax Amazon initiative. Amazon taxed! Lessons of the Tax Amazon victory in Seattle. The Tax Amazon movement and Seattle's working class won a historic victory on Monday, July 6th. Following a 3-year struggle against the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, and his political establishment, we've won a tax on big business in the Seattle City Council that will raise an estimated $210 to $240 million a year, creating tens of thousands of green union jobs by building permanently affordable social housing. This victory was entirely due to the power of our movement and our threat to take the Amazon tax to the ballot if the City Council failed to act. This offensive win is a historic example of the power of class struggle, and it could not come at a better time. Cities and states across the country are pushing extreme austerity budgets in response to the pandemic-triggered budget shortfalls as we enter into another deep crisis of capitalism. We've seen the ruling class attempting to again offload the costs of their recession onto working people as they did during the Great Recession of 2008-2009, where big business got bailed out and workers got sold out. While trillions get pumped into Wall Street, we've only gotten a one-time check that doesn't even cover half of your average Seattle rent, and the extra money on unemployment benefits is set to run out at the end of the month, even though unemployment is at record highs. It doesn't have to be like this, and our victory in Seattle illuminates that. I am a union ironworker and member of Socialist Alternative, and I think that this pitched battle against Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and Seattle's billionaire class has rich lessons for working people across the country.
Wow. Wow. I'm sold on Hal now. Thank you. That was great.
Right. So the next slide is Sharma had a rally today. A rally to reject the recall. It was this morning in Seattle, but you can still go online and donate to Sharma Solidarity.
Good. I hope everybody does. Truly.
Yes, this is a fight that we have to win. I mean, we have to keep up this fight and support her because she truly is doing it on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Support Kashama. Now, what's the quote? Can you say it once again? Sharma's quote about Democratic Party.
The progressive
working with inside the Democratic Party is a road to the grave. Is that what it is?
Yeah, for the progressive movement.
For the progressive movement. Yeah, I agree with that. And she got quoted on James Dorr last week. I want to point that out.
She gets quoted by Chris Hedges.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely Chris Hedges. So
not as much as like Cornell. Those two love each other, and I love that they love each other.
I do too.
It's
great. Who's fighting for the people? That's what right. I think this has been kind of a very productive month as far as political discourse goes. No matter what you say about divisions, this has really exposed who we can count on and who we can count out. And I've counted a lot of people out this week that I thought were on our team, but not. This is a nice meme.
Live pic of the police at the Capitol.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty pathetic. But the capital of the United States, I don't think so. Not for one damn minute.
Right.
Not for 1 minute. What is this, Jake?
Jake McCullen is a kid who is living in his car in LA. He's been living in his car for almost 2 years now. And you can go follow him on YouTube and watch his plight. And I'm just going to play a few minutes of this just to kind of introduce who he is and what he's been doing.
Road, Los Angeles. My name is Jake McCollum. I've been living in my car for 622 days, and I work a whole bunch of delivery jobs, which is what we're going to be doing today. So far, I've been in Los Angeles for about a week, and I kind of want to tell y'all and catch y'all up on where I've been sleeping, where I've been showering, and where I've been working my delivery jobs here in LA, because LA is huge. This is Los Angeles. This is where we are right over here in Melrose. So pretty much for showers, I have been going to this Pilot. It's right here, and it is about 30 miles away from where I'm at, and I don't mind paying $15 like every 3 days. And then this is primarily the zone that I have been working right here. So West Hollywood / Beverly Hills. This has been pretty beneficial for me lately. When I first got to LA though, I was working the Encino area right over here because it was closer to the shower. I'm trying to make it to where it makes sense, where everything is close together. I can shower, work, do what I need to all in one specific area. But with LA being so complex, it hasn't necessarily worked out that way. I'm still learning a lot too, guys. Other than that, I've been sleeping at Walmarts, okay? So Walmarts that are north of LA and west of LA, those can be anywhere from 30 to 40 miles away, and I have had no trouble sleeping at those Walmarts whatsoever.
So this is a direct result of initiatives like that proposition in, was it Prop 77?
Yeah, something like that.
In California. He works for DoorDash, and so he's not paid enough to where he can actually live in California. So he's living in his car. More and more people are doing this. I mean, literally turning their cars into their homes, and we see it all over California. And you're not going to see it on the nightly news, and so you have to go out and look for these stories. I go follow this kid, and if he's got PayPal's, whatever, help him out if you can. It's up to us to take care of our people because the government's not going to do it.
No, they're not. And this kid is an example of the people that Kroger, Safeway, and the rest of them have hired after they've fired their full-time delivery personnel. So they're going to take advantage of these guys because they're in such dire straits, guys and gals, sisters and brothers.
And they're all doing it now with COVID.
They're
Petco,
all doing it.
They're all using these.
Any delivery job that gives them something. And there's going to be, I feel privileged watching this. I am privileged. Right. Big time compared to this kid. When
I was homeless showering, I was homeless in 2011, and not being able to shower was the hardest thing for me, especially because I'm so girly girl, so that was the biggest thing. Like we go to a park or, try to find a friend that would let us come over and shower or whatever, but that was my biggest complaint being on the street was no shower.
That's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. So, that's tough. My brother was living in his car for 6 months. The guy was a machinist, and he was living in his car. And he got in a bad situation, and his wife basically screwed him real hard, so he had to fight for custody of his kids, and he had no choice but to live in his car.
Yep.
So, this is the reality of things.
It is the reality of things. And just because you don't see it on the nightly news or you see a report every 6 months on homelessness, you're not grasping what's really going on in the streets of America.
Well, yeah, thank you for bringing that. I'm sure there are people who aren't aware of this kind of stuff. So I think it's important to bring those stories in a big way, more so even. And we've got the boothead guy. He ran for president,
Vermin Supreme. I love Vermin Supreme. I actually was on the streets of Philly with Vermin. He is a truly genuine guy who wants to just see best for, his brothers and sisters. But this is funny, the wish that you always get in you can order from. It's terrible.
What
this
wish
is what
delivered?
I ordered, what I got.
Yeah, that's what you got, huh? That's what you. I heard he got arrested today.
He got arrested. Yeah.
Yeah. So his acting paid off. He got arrested.
Yeah. Whatever. His name's on everybody's freaking lips. He's all over freaking social media. He got the attention he was seeking.
Maybe he'll write a book.
Oh, sure. Why not? They all do.
Who's this? Who's Emma Berquist?
This is America distributing the vaccine.
Oh shit! God. Damn.
God, that's going bad. The vaccine, I didn't bring a report on it, but I know it's kind of like second fiddle right now, but it shouldn't be.
So is that a pot of beans that he dropped on the floor?
COVID is out of control globally right now. China's locked back down
Yes.
because of it. The WHO can't even get into Wuhan. There's cities that are completely quarantined all over in the UK. I mean, ski villages. We've got a rampant mutant strain that is frickin' flying across the globe.
Two
And,
that I've heard. Yes.
Yeah,
two.
right. And they're just now rolling out the first 1,000 vaccines in my area for people over 70. And I'm contemplating, do I go get in line for hours and hours for my mother-in-law? Do I?
For
if
your
I
mother-in-law.
don't,
Yeah.
right. If I don't, then if she got sick, I'd feel guilty that I didn't. So I don't know. I think we're all going to be making these personal decisions as the vaccines get close to where we're at and accessibility. So.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, I do this or I do that." Wait for it. Wait for it.
I personally don't want it. We've talked about
Yeah.
why many times, but when it comes to a loved one who is
You're gonna step
elderly,
up.
I'm going to be like, do
You-
I do it or not?
Yeah, well, you're gonna step up. I know a lot of us are. So, anyway, we're getting towards the end of it here, but we've got.
Oh, not even. I got a bunch more for
We
you.
got House of Representatives speaker podium. Oh yeah,
As found on eBay.
Yeah, is that on? Oh shit!
There's only 2 bids.
Oh, there's only 2 bids.
The Dems and the Republicans, probably.
Shit, is that bid? You know what I
That
think?
guy got arrested. The guy that stole the podium.
Yeah, I saw
he
that.
got
They
arrested.
had him zoomed in. Facial recognition worked actually on that one, I think. So, oh my God! And this is what this is how I feel about this. This is me on a good day.
This is, but you said eat the rich.
Yeah, that's definitely me. Thank you, Shanda. Thank you for reminding. That's
red.
Oz Hopkins. I love it.
Oz Hopkins.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good one,
I
guys.
tell you, I look so much different with hair on. This is why I do that. No,
Oz loves it. I send these to him all day long. Tom Cruise. I
Yeah.
got a bunch of different ones.
yeah, it's this is too much time on my hands during pandemic, but it is fun. We really do have fun. We're going to be bringing more stuff. I brought
I was a bartender for a long time.
I brought a Jimmy Dore, but it's not Jimmy Dore. It's Hardlin's News and Kit Cabano, and I don't
like
remember.
those guys.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, they were hitting it good, and they got pulled down or whatever, and then they're back at it. They're in Chicago. This was a great interview. If you want to hear Jimmy Dore's side of things without, the typical Jimmy Dore format, I suggest it. But I would invite you, like him or not, watch it and come at me. Come on. I'll take Jimmy Dore's position and I'll argue any point you want. But this point, I think we should all kind of come together on. Tell me what you think after you watch this, Shanda.
And the clip came up from 2010, I think, with him interviewing Medea Benjamin about the
This is
Afghanistan
Cenk.
war. And Medea Benjamin
Yeah.
was saying, we have to get out of there. And Cenk was saying, no, we have to let Barack Obama do his plan. And she's like, it's been 8 years, Cenk, 9 years. How many
Yeah.
more years do you want to do this war? And he's like, we got to let Barack Obama do it. So Cenk is always, even for the Afghanistan war, Cenk was wrong. Libya, he's wrong with Syria, Venezuela. He's wrong on Julian Assange. Is there anything they're not wrong about? The answer, they're wrong on hashtag force the vote. No, and now they're telling us that we're not supposed to pressure progressive politicians who are elected. They're literally saying we're not supposed to pressure progressive politicians. Well, let me tell you something, how politics works. Those people who are in Congress are feeling unbelievable institutional pressure to move to the right. They're being pressured by the party.
Listen.
They're being pressured by the party leadership. They're being pressured by the corporations and the billionaire donors, and everybody else is pressuring them to move to the right. The establishment media is. The only people who can push them left are people like us. And so when the independent media don't do that, they're going to move to the right like they just did. They voted for the Patriot Act. They voted for the largest upward transfer of wealth in history with the CARES Act, and then LC lied about it. And then they just did this. They voted for Nancy Pelosi without getting a fucking thing, and then they lied to us that they were getting things. They didn't get PAYGO exemption for this. That was already negotiated before. They're lying constantly. So this idea that you're not supposed to call out politicians when they're lying to you, don't listen to people who tell you that. And the people who are telling you that, if you read the comments under their videos, their own fucking audiences is calling them out. So
want to argue those points?
No, he's dead right. And I think anybody who's informed, when you watch these guys, you realize that they got everything wrong and you quit watching them. I mean, I dumped TYT years and years ago because they were getting it wrong. Jimmy was the only thing I watched over at TYT.
Well, yeah, they really boogered him over there, and he was under contract, so he had to swallow.
He wrote it out.
Bit.
He did.
He had to swallow a little bit and accept that. But I gotta say, you know what? I'll go for Door's side of the issue, and it's not even Door's, it's ours. I mean,
our side of the
side of the issue. And oh, but Jimmy, DDS, Door derangement syndrome, another example of a syndrome that's been perpetrated on us by the so-called left out there, you guys, who have been co-opted and controlled by your media corporate overlords. And that's just there's no argument. Come on, man. Truly, I have watched the other side just because of this last Force the Vote feud, so I could hear what they're saying, and I call bullshit. I call bullshit on them without without any pretense about my liking Door's position. But it is bullshit. So again, I'll argue we
wouldn't even have fucking PAYGO if it wasn't for them. Thank you, Permilla, for voting for it 2 years ago.
Yeah, the PAYGO thing, and this is why I told one of our friends, one of our candidates, I don't trust anybody anymore that without some real I'll hold them accountable, whether they're my family member or just somebody down the road. I don't care.
As far as the Door derangement syndrome, there's lots of personalities within this movement that I don't necessarily like their format, or I don't like their style, or I don't like their presentation, or hell, I don't even like their voice.
Sure.
But I still respect what they're saying because they're saying the truth. Just means I don't watch all their damn videos.
Yeah.
I'm not that way for Jimmy. I appreciate what Jimmy says and how he says it. He's speaking to me on my level, a lot of F-bombs, and that's just how I am, but it doesn't mean I go smear the other guys.
No, I don't. And again, who threw the first punch here? It wasn't Jimmy.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Jimmy. It was Anna.
It was Anna Kasparian. Then Nomiki piled on, and Sam Cedar, of course. He's always.
Oh, Sam Cedar's always been.
He's such a worm. Such a worm.
Oh yeah, he's a measly little man.
Yeah, he is a worm, polishing his awards. I love this meme.
I know. Drink Dayquil and NyQuil at the same time.
We used to do NyQuil shots on the rocks in college because we couldn't get any booze.
Dude, I was up watching her at 3:00 in the fucking morning that night. I stayed up and watched the rest of the speeches for the electoral. And I don't know if she was drunk, tired. I'm sure emotions and worn out from the day's events because, we're 12 hours after the storming of the Capitol and they're still on the floor. But she was her teeth were flowing so freaking bad. You couldn't understand anything she was saying. And between each speech, they had to address her, right? And then she would have to call on them and recognize them. It was hilarious.
Why does she just have the damn implants in? I mean, she could step it up a notch and use JB Weld instead of Polygrip.
I don't know if it's her teeth. I think it's maybe a half buzz type thing.
Well, I don't know, but her and Joe Biden should get together and buy stock in something. I don't know.
I know. His teeth have been really bad lately, too.
Oh, my God. Next thing you know.
Those fucking eyebrows.
Yeah, and the eyes are going to be bleeding, too, so watch out. Nancy's indented eyebrows. That's good. Are her eyeballs, falling out of the sockets? Is that what sucks those things in, or what? They're drooping? Is that something that happens to your boobs? If you got big boobs, they start to sag. The older you get, the eyeballs are starting to sag and pull you out. I don't know. I give my sister.
She's had some facelift work done, but it wasn't good.
Oh my God! Yeah, somebody. Oops. Probably used Mickey Rourke's surgeon.
Mickey's actually looking better nowadays.
Yeah. What do they do? Is it Botox or silicone?
I think it's probably Botox that's making him look
Yeah, he does look a little puffy. What do we have? We have a movie. Is this going to be you and I doing Wonder Woman?
You guys are going to like this. This is Dear Liberals. We need to talk about the storming of the Capitol.
Oh, I like her. I'm glad to see her. This is my friend from, oh gosh. Oh, shoot. Anyway, we know who she is. She's great. And they kicked her off of several platforms last year. I like her.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm like not okay right now. The evil Trump zombies stormed our cherished chapel of democracy, our sacred institution of
movie time. What are you
passing
doing?
bills without reading them. Bills that give the government authority to do things like tax us to pay off trillions in debt and interest they racked up, spy on us without consent or warrant, spend trillions of dollars of our own money on unnecessary wars that have catastrophic consequences for civilians, then enact barriers to withdraw the troops, prop up a barbaric ethno-state that brutally subjugates people based on race, wage the uncivilized and cruel war on drugs, which disproportionately targets the minorities I claim to care about, codify the government's right to detain us without trial, impose the harsh crime policies that led to mass incarceration, disarm black people when they rose up against the police in the 1960s, maintain the supremacy of the banking industry and by extension the rest of the elite by continuing the Federal Reserve and refusing to hold it accountable, give handouts of our own money stolen from us via taxation to the special interests that pay off lawmakers and lobby for bills which those lawmakers faithfully pass while throwing a few crumbs to us of our own income. How dare those heartless criminals disrespect the Capitol? Okay, goobers, for those of you making lists, I am not now, nor have I ever been a Trump supporter or a Republican, and I couldn't care less that they raided the Capitol building, though they could have done it for an actually legitimate reason, like any of the ones I just listed. Instead, they did it because they're beta simps for a politician who broke countless promises and perpetuated the very system they trusted him to dismantle. But as much as you may view those pro-government others, whether they be Capitol stormers or Republicans in general, as religious zealots, fancying yourself rational for being free of these delusions, your fanaticism is showing. After a year of decrying police brutality, some of you were mad cops didn't shoot more protesters. After relentlessly calling out the inherent racism of the system, you're having temper tantrums over disrespect toward a building built in part by slaves. Slaves kept in their chains in part because the very document that established the Congress you're crying about also refused to outlaw the savage institution of slavery. A Congress that today and throughout history has been filled with career politicians who have voted to enact racist, elitist, and pro-ruling class policies. You go on and on about poverty and inequality in the criminal justice system, then clutch your pearls when the people who codify and vote to spend your money funding and perpetuating these problems have to hide for a few hours, protected by men with guns you want to ban. These same cowards who carelessly send the poor to kill and die in wars and indebt the rest of us to fund them and never think twice about it. This is about the institution of democracy and civilization itself. You cannot just violently raid our sacred temple. Violently raid? Why does that sound familiar? Oh, right, because the entire government and all of the rituals you pride yourself on, like voting in elections to pray for politicians to save you, derive their authority through a monopoly on violence and will quite literally raid you even for a non-violent crime just because politicians scribble down some words on paper. Yep, those ordinary mortal humans you think you've sacredly elected to represent you when really all that means is you happen to be part of a simple majority that preferred one master to another. Without violence and law enforcement willing to wield it, your sacred ruling class would have no power, and many of the most harmful policies would have never been implemented. This is what your precious democracy breeds, a bunch of self-important voters of all partisan predilections who are willing to summon men with guns to do their bidding with no care for principle. Who cares if the man and woman who promised to fight racism directly participated in institutionalizing it? Who cares if the guy who claims to be anti-establishment populated his administration with establishment hacks and when given the opportunity to pardon real anti-establishment heroes, went for the swamp creatures instead? This is what your extremist religion of statism does to people. It seduces people away from their own moral compass for the sake of feeling heard and empowered and represented. Your vote is your voice, haven't you heard? The media and megalomaniacs in power have convinced you these poor, misguided souls who sincerely think Trump is their savior are the biggest threats to peace and freedom, and they've been convinced of the same thing about you. But the truth is, this animosity would be next to non-existent without institutions like Congress forcing rules and policies on 49% of people who never consented to them. Surely you can imagine what it feels like to not consent to a government or regime. So instead of throwing statist temper tantrums about a hall of power and the messianic complex-plagued politicians being knocked down to size for a day, how's about you take this as an opportunity to go deeper than what you've been taught to fear and hate? Look at the mechanism by which the most dangerous, unjust, and inhumane policies have actually been implemented. Because the most dangerous religion is not Christianity or Islam or Judaism. It's not Trumpism or conservatism. It's a cultish belief in and worship of political authority that characterizes all political parties and policies. Please stop worshiping at the altar of subservience, control, and violence and passing it off as moral superiority. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah, that's Carrie Wedler. She's with the anti-media and the she's for economic education. She is not a ditz.
No, gosh, no.
She has a
I've always
degree
liked
in
her.
history from UCLA. I think she's got her master's in something.
Can
too.
you argue with anything she said?
Nothing. It's just the speed of her delivery is
I
a little
know.
bit tough. So yeah, but I've been following her for years, and she is not anything like a ditz or anything else. I think I saw her. Was she burning Obama shirts when I saw her the first time? I think that was back
Maybe.
when he took us from 2 wars to 7 and did all the great things for the rich. So thank you for bringing that. That was just like so yeah, it was good. Carrie Wedler, the Anti-Media and Federation for Economic Education, sharp gal. Oh my God, I am not Iron Man. This is great.
You're Captain America.
I am Captain America. I like this hair. This is good hair. Keep this.
This is good hair.
Oh, I love the helmet. Yeah. Look at that. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, thank you. We're going to have these little bits, so, just be patient. We're playing with these programs. One of these days, we're going to have our own movie studio. So
then we'll know how to run it, too.
And we'll know how to run it for sure. All right, what do we got? Oz is eating pizza.
For Hollywood, I don't have a lot. I mean, we got Amber Heard got caught lying that AH did not ever make the $7 million donation to the charities that she promised that she would with her divorce settlement from Johnny Depp. So it's been proven that she never gave any money over. She got Elon to donate some money, it sounds like.
Well, I heard that she's going to do Aquaman 2. They still got her cast.
They're still going to do that, which is stupid. They're cutting their throat on that one, man. People hate her. I'm telling you, cruising the internet, we see her for the garbage human being that she is, and people are not going to turn out for that movie.
Yeah, well, it's all optics and looks, right?
Of course it is. Of course it is. But the studios are still out of touch because they too are the neo-lib, gated community. They don't got their finger on the pulse of the country, not one bit.
Yeah, you got a picture of me on my first day in high school.
I know. Do you love? I love it. This is the new COVID look.
Are you serious, man? This is really a thing, huh?
Yeah, that's really fun.
So, wow. Yeah. No, thanks. What? Someone asked me my political views. Oh my God!
When someone asked me my political views, the whole left versus right system was created to divide people and encourage fighting against each other while being a distraction from those who rule over them.
Jesus Christ! When are people gonna get it? That is the truth, baby. If we could unite and get over this mess that we've been kettled into.
Well, that's why homelessness and these things, Oz, we've got to start. That's why I'm trying to bring more clips. These are the things that we unite over: taking care of each other, human beings, Medicare for all. Homelessness, all the people losing their businesses right now.
Well, I appreciate you keep bringing them too, because we want to inform, we want to entertain the best we can, so you're not like drooling at the end of it. Speaking of entertainment, we have another clip. This is Shanda, Sunday afternoon with the girls.
I look good as Gwen.
Yeah, you do. You've got Shanda Stefani there going on. That was perfect. I like that.
I like being Gwen a little bit more than Lady Gaga. I'll tell you, but I've got so many lined up in the pipeline. Cher is hilarious. I apparently have a face that's shaped like Cher's because it looks a lot.
Yeah, your face is a little longer. The architecture there, it's like
right.
Like me, I have no chin, so I had to grow this hair so I could make it pretend chin there. So
I am trying to match our face shapes up with these celebrities.
Yeah, shit. Are we going out? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh my God.
That is a wrap for Saturday night.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. We're at an hour and a half, right where we probably should be. What do we got? What's coming up? Anything? The Dive Monday?
Well, so starting this week, if I could ever get well, we're going to start rolling out a couple of extra shows a week, right? We're going to do Monday night dive, Tuesday morning dive, Wednesday morning dive, Friday morning dive.
Yeah. So we're going to try and fill that Tuesday gap, and we're going to do a little something different on Tuesday. I haven't discussed it with Shanda. I got to get the okay from Mom. But we're going to do it so it takes a little pressure off the formatting, and maybe it's going to be fun.
Because, yeah, I'm trying to crank out a lot of format because, I'm going to do an accidental activist this week. We're going to talk about Kratom and how it saved my life and what it is and why I needed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beauty and the Boomer, of course, next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday, and we're gonna step it up, and we want to give a shout out to Redneckonomics and Montauk and all of our friends out there. So yeah, look for us Monday at the dive. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything tomorrow except working on stuff. I have honestly given up a lot of groups and meetings so I can focus more on the media with my partner here, Shanda. And let's see, Jilly wanted the link to Carrie Wedler's thing, I think. Yeah, there it is. Roar Media, Jilly, that's Carrie Wedler, the anti-media. But just go ahead and search her. You'll find her interesting. She's a writer as well. So what are we going out with? Bad Company. Huh? What?
Did you drop the link?
Yeah, I dropped it in Roar Media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't drop it in the Natural Progressive. And I want to say, again, Osama, hi. Osama's over there. Kim's over there. Did we miss anybody shouting out? Karen Daly, Zox.
Thanks for joining us,
Chris
guys.
Foster. Yeah, thank you so much. And those on Rockfin that I didn't get open tonight because my desk is loaded.
I've been watching the Rockfin.
Yeah, and Snorky, I go back to work on the 13th. Probably will hardly be able to catch any shows until May. Well, we will miss you, Snorky. But if you can get an ear in, we'll give you a shout out when we can. And yes, Jilly says, thank you, Shanda. Great show. Thank you, Jilly.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jilly. And we're going to go out with Bad Company. Is this a redo? Have we done this before or no?
I don't know. At this point,
It's Bad Company. I like
probably closed one 6 months ago with this. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Sarah Spicer. I mean,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, she's good. So anyway, let me get my whole head in here. Thank you, guys. This is my serious hair when I'm not drinking. So I thought
that was your Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, I can't find Rachel. Damn it!
You better find Rachel.
I gotta find Rachel, but I'm gonna look for Cornell West this week. I promise.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one.
So anyway, thank you all so much, Keith Hayes.
Have a great night.
Yeah, Foundation for Economic Education. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you, Shanda. You're wonderful.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Always on the run. Destiny is a rising sun. I was born, 6 gun in my hand, behind a gun. I make my final stand. Yeah, that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny. Bad Company till the day I die. Till the day I die. Till the day I die. Rebel souls, deserters we are called. Chose a gun.